Our path would lead us through the Bahamian Islands southeast as the islands become smaller, more spread out, and more remote. This is a place where we could feel closer to nature, feel like explorers, and hopefully become true sailors. It's clear this is a different world, and we're only beginning to understand the vastness of the ocean. Our plan to travel south to the Dominican Republic would test everything we've learned.
It was intimidating leaving the sheltered waters of the Exuma Islands, bound for the outer islands where small, isolated spits of land rise up from the depths of the ocean.
With nothing but ocean and clouds surrounding in all directions, as land fades on the horizon, the wind picks up, the swell builds, Dee Dee's movement in the water changes.
Our first test came soon. As soon as we were out of sight of land, the weather turned on us. The clouds were building quickly, and suddenly we were in the middle of the large squall. And just behind us a waterspout formed. The squall was just the start of a bigger storm. When our mizzenmast started moving unnaturally, the situation became too hard for us to handle.
We changed course and raced to the closest safe harbor we could find, arriving just before dark. The storm taught us a few things. Firstly, that our rigging needed a good tuning to handle these strong winds. As we made our way into the tropics, it was also clear that the seasons were changing. With more frequent storms, we stayed at anchor for a week, while becoming more anxious of the pending hurricane season. I passed the time with projects on the boat, exploring quiet islands, freediving blue holes, and making cheesecakes. We had a narrow opportunity to get south of the hurricane belt before hurricane season started up. The best weather window we had seen in weeks was coming, and our journey started perfectly.
The perfect journey didn't last for too long, and by the early evening the wind has shifted and was blowing directly against us. We began motoring into the wind and waves.
During the night, the wind became too strong to motor against. We had to change plans again, Instead of getting to the Dominican Republic that day, we made an unplanned stop at the Turks and Caicos, about halfway of where we wanted to go. The next day, a tropical wave developed, changing the winds and shutting down the possibility of us getting to the Dominican Republic for the entire month of May. We were stuck. The place looked like paradise, but our plans for traveling south below the hurricane belt were falling apart in front of us, and we struggled to see any beauty in the situation. We took this time to do a lot of reflection.
Tropical waves that are squally start up well before that, typically by early June. And remember last year we had a tropical low moving through the southern part of the East Caribbean I think it was late May, early June. I guess it was early June. So there certainly can be early season storms that can be problematic. So we definitely need to monitor that situation with you and the Turks and Caicos.
We didn't know where to go or what to do. And as soon as the wind calmed just a little bit, we eased the sheets, and for the first time we finally sailed with the wind, in one of the most serene and natural passages of our lives. That evening we met some incredible sailors that were also waiting out the strong winds. It was a memorable night for all of us as we shared our stories on the sea. The next day we were rewarded by diving a breathtaking wall just one step of Dragon's Dance. It was our farewell to Turks and Caicos.
Friday we can be running 20 to 24, gusting at least 30 on Friday night and Saturday. Pretty windy.
No longer were we heading southeast, traveling against the trade winds. We now went where the wind would take us, and with a newfound clarity and confidence we took on weather and seas that we were scared of just a few months ago. An out-of-season tropical low was forming, and it was our sign to get moving. We were now on a mission to head north and travel to Nova Scotia. Oregano and Italian bread chocolate.
No longer we had to travel against the elements, and we felt liberated. Every sail became an enjoyable voyage.
Get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes
We reached the northern extent of the Bahamas, and for the first time, we weren't scared of our next multi-day crossing. We were excited. It was time for one last swim in these crystal clear waters that we called home for the past few months.